Hey, what's going on everybody? So today we are talking about some recent things that have happened on Twitter.
Who posted my nudes on Twitter.com?
And the recent thing that's been going on Twitter and in general was some rather disgusting behaviour that, if it's not what I also always speak about on here. So for the past, I say 2 to 3 years, a lot of brands like, Wendy, Ryanair, even Aer Lingus, they've all been trying to integrate into the social media market as a way to branch out to younger demographics and pull them into corporations and make them a potential customer. It's a very smart move and something that could be very, very profitable if done correctly. So people see potential customers, or people see their local Burger King or Wendy's is making cool, really ironic tweets or stupid fucking memes. And who we are speaking about today is no different than a huge amount of cases, brands, and other people being caught in the crossfire. How we've even seen huge YouTubers like PK Russell exposing a lot of young people to pornographic content for the memes and the fucking... If you don't know what I'm talking about when he posted his penis and butthole and fucking puckering ass balls, that's not the right word, balls on Twitter under a hashtag where thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people were already tweeting, so they would have seen that shit. When in reality, you've just exposed yourself to children. It's not really a fucking joke. But what really is functionally wrong with you if you do this? So the account related to KFC Spain posted a video where it looks under the suit showing poor Cavallo's suit as Colonel Sanders' persona. Of course, the fandom responded by doing what the fandom does best, helping to make people cringe and disgusted and almost throw up in their own mouths all at once. They begun tweeting hardcore porn at this account until it closed its replies. How can you actually be okay with this? It's not quirky, it's not weird. This is also in the same pipeline as people who think it's funny to send gore images to children or gore images in general text of Discord servers because, as I mentioned, it's quirky, it makes them interesting, and it's funny. You're not funny, you're mentally disabled. The first thing you see when you open a tweet like this, which I've just blurred by the way, is a fox getting tag teamed in a bathroom. Now, besides me saving this image for later research because I have to go in, in depth into the algorithms of the image and make sure that you never know. I gotta, there could be stuff hiding in there, I gotta research it properly. I just wanted to take a look at this individual who posted this and actually wish to speak about it, because this individual is well over the age of 18. One good aspect that's not a minor sending these images, but it's also for the fact that it's an adult posting pornographic content for the entire replies of possible children and people under the age of 18 to see. My easiest way to explain this is that, if you remember PK Russell, as I mentioned, a lot of his reputation was lost, if he had any left, for posting naked images of himself on a New Year's hashtag on Twitter, practically showing his asshole, penis and balls, his balls, batty and dick, to a bunch of children on the internet. This has the same effect. You're pushing pornography to children through your stupid posting on this reply. And I did have a look at the person who posted it, and they do have a terminal illness. It's actually called being from New Jersey, but this completely explains their kind of mental issues, what they suffer with. We also had people who apparently abuse benzodiazepine. Bitch, what is wrong with you? Go get fixed, first of all. Like, what the actual fuck? But an actual wholesome thing I did see was Ravallo, and poor fucking Ravallo, who I might say is just, I must hate the fact that every single news article, anything related to furries, always uses their profile picture or their suit, because it's one of the first images when you search up furry to come up. And yeah, but we seen quite of a wholesome thing of Ravallo's just looking for their chicken, to be honest. Let's just let Ravallo look for their chicken. Later on, we've seen a rightful outcry from other people in the fandom online, as it's fucking stupid that individuals like this, who are over the age of 18 by the way, will spam porn under a legitimate brand account. Like, I personally don't understand what sort of fucking degenerate you have to be, or lack so many of your senses to do this. Like, do you not have a sense of smell anymore because you do this shit, bro? Just go be depressed somewhere else. This is the only correct correct use of the term terminally online. It's vile to see that, personally, and we've seen a lot of outcry from creators alongside myself, like Shrapnel Varger, Kane the Circle and Simple Nicks, to name a few. A weird side to the fandom also came out of the woodwork here, imploring the people who did post porn to continue doing it, because it keeps the fandom away from corporate exploitation. Yet the fandom is already being exploited by corporations, specifically in the eastern markets. Scam sites like DHgate, Wish, Alibaba and AliExpress already exploit the fandom by creating these knockoff suits at massively discounted prices, basically taking time and money from the actual people to then buy this. Much like the previous CEO of Alibaba, now that I spoke out against the Chinese exploitation of the fandom, I am going to be sent to a re-education camp, just like Jack Ma was. But the person saying this, are you okay with porn being spammed onto timelines of children because that's what they're doing? It's kind of like sending a bomb into a very crowded area. Yes, you may hit a military target, but the amount of people who are not that target that will be hurt by you. You are essentially offhandedly soliciting pornographic content to children by doing this. That's why I'm welcoming the backlash that these people receive, because what you are doing is not only childish and stupid, but brings down the name further of the fandom and only hurt the reputation, and it gives the handle of sex-crazed freaks who spam pornographic on public forums for children and many other people to see. But in conclusion, do not do this. Don't do this. You are an immature scumbag if you do this to people. You're not quirky or funny for spamming porn on public forums, as it's much sadder than you think, and I only really just see it as predatory. That's basically all I wanted to talk about. If you do this, you're a fucking weirdo.